Hi, welcome back to my frottage series. This video is about like working with the scraps from our collage. So I've made a couple of these videos that are very different. But this one's kind of like doing collage while stitching. Instead of gluing it down, it's more of an intuitive process of just like adding on pieces to create something that we could kind of call a collage. And just bringing together those scraps, because we can use scraps for, collage in general, or maybe you do junk journals or altered books. You can definitely bring those elements in. But if you're not sure what to do with them and you just want to have a really playful session of like making something that could be what you call bin art, like it could go straight in the bin, it doesn't matter, you're just trying something out, then this is a really good way to try that. So this video, sorry, I just got interrupted with a call, so now where was I? Back to the bin art thing. It's not precious, it's already scraps, so it's an opportunity to not be precious but see what happens. And it's not about liking what you do, it's just about see what happens. It's the what if. So what do you need? Embroidery thread and also embroidery needle. If you don't have these, you can find them at art and craft stores. You know, lots of people used to have sewing kits in their house. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but I grew up with those. So you might find some needle and thread in there. It doesn't have to be embroidery thread. It doesn't have to be an embroidery needle. It could just be your simple sewing kit supplies, you know. I just happen to have these. So go rummage around for that if you've got it. Otherwise, let's jump in. So I'm going to thread up my needle. Always the hardest part. Get yourself a needle threader. That'll be in the sewing kit. And usually I tie a knot, but I can see this already has a knot. I've obviously reused this piece and I've chucked it on my little keeper thing. And then all I'm going to do is pick up one of my pieces, one of my scraps, and I'm going to start stitching. So I'm going to come up through what I'm going to call the back of my paper. And I'm going to do what's called a running stitch, where it's under, over, under, over. So I'm making stitches kind of in a line, but they don't have to line up in a straight line. This is like exploring, wandering around. So this is running stitch. And I guess the intention here is to wander, like you're taking a walk along like a nature path, and you see another path and you're like, oh, I wonder what's down there. Maybe I'll just have a wander down there. So we're just taking a wander around our paper and we're stitching. If stitching's new to you, expect to get little pricks in your finger. Maybe there's a thimble you can put on to protect your fingers. Otherwise, just take it nice and slow, right? If it's brand new to you. And it probably won't look like mine. It'll probably look like bigger stitches like this, maybe. And they might be little big ones. Like you might come up and you might tear your paper. You might tear your paper like this. Oh, okay. Because paper tears, especially when you pierce it. And that's okay. And I'm fine with that. Let's let that inform the next step. So now I'm going to start playing with my kind of stitched collage idea. And I'm going to stitch those things together. So I'm kind of actually repairing that little hole that I made. I'm going to stitch over it to reinforce it. And with running stitch, you can make patterns. So as you can see here, I'm making a little crisscross, right? I can make it into a star. It could be X marks the spot. It's like a treasure map. But I'm going to make a little star just so you can kind of see how that happens. So running stitch is a foundational or basic. I hate the word basic because I think this is not necessarily basic to everyone. So I call it foundational because it's the stitch that can lead to so many other wonderful patterns and designs. But we are not focusing on that. We're just having a play. Okay, and then we're going to stitch around. just exploring. I know I've just kind of jumped into this video, but I don't think you need a preamble, because I know that's really boring on YouTube. I think just jumping in and starting is good, because then you're like, oh, I want to do that, maybe. How do I do that? And then you reverse engineer what you need to do, right? So let's just roll with it. I'm going to stitch these two together. And I've gone through the same hole there. And look, it's like kind of like twisty. I like that. It's like now becoming a bit of a sensory tool. No plan, no destination. Just some freedom to play with stitching and play with your scraps and see where you end up. It's a wild idea, isn't it? You might be like, what are you talking about? Also, just look at these little clovers that I had done frottage. I took rubbings from them. I adored this video with the one in the series where we explored nature. My favorite, always my favorite whenever I bring nature into art making, and so I love getting to see it again and connect with that again. It's almost like an X-ray because it's done in lead. I've got it all over my fingers. So it's a really nice way to revisit things that you've made and appreciate them again. And remember, like, I don't know how I got these ones. It must have been another leaf behind it that I laid up on. Okay, so with running stitch, you can go in any direction, right? So I'm kind of like wandering around in a circle now. Have you done that before? Don't know where you're going, and you're like, oh, is it here? Is it there? Oh no, that's the same building. Oh no, that's the same tree again. Or is it? Did I just walk past that? I know that feeling. Terrible with directions. That's why I'm fantastic at playful art. Alright, let's add on another piece of paper. Another scrap. Another clue to the puzzle. And let's just take a moment to kind of see what we're creating. I love looking at the back as well. So take these moments, and you might decide that I want to rip this bit off. I like it better without the white. And maybe I want to add the white on here. Self-fulfilling artwork. What do you call it? When you're in a game and you die and then you get to come back. I don't know what that word is. Does someone know? And you regenerate. Yes, it's regenerating. Alright, and I've got my last bit here. I'm using up all my scraps, my leaf litter. Oh! Okay, so yeah, I've run out of thread a bit. And I totally can rethread that. But I'm not going to. I'm going to tie it off. And that's enough for me today. And so I could add in another colour and stitch back the other way, which I think would be so fun. But I don't mind this how it is. I don't mind that it's a little bit loose. It's hanging on by a thread. Love that metaphor. Very relatable. And that's my stitched collage of my scrap. And so yeah, it could be bin art. You might be like, yeah, okay, cool, in the bin. You might unstitch it, like you might pull it apart, keep the thread, because that's not something you need to waste. You could put this into a bigger artwork. It also could be a really cool bookmark, a reminder that things don't have to be perfect and that you can use scraps to make art, and you don't have to have a direction or a plan for that. You just kind of let yourself find your way through it, you know, feel your way through it kind of intuitively, which is what I hope some of these videos help you build a little bit, that trust that if I just let go a little bit, things happen, and they can be very delightful things. Look, it's either delightful for you or it's not. If it's not, then you're watching the wrong video. But if it's delightful, hang around, because I've got so many more fun videos that I hope inspire and motivate you to make creativity part of your day every day, because it can be so simple, right? Okay, maybe, depending on where you're entering here, if you've never done stitching, then it might feel very challenging. So I just want to like honor that might feel really challenging. So that's it. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, check out the other videos in the Frottage series, so in case you've kind of skipped around a bit. There's another video that also does a bit of stitching from a different perspective, and then also check out my watercolor videos, and there's more series coming of like quick, simple kind of like stuff you can do at home with just like basic art materials. Thanks so much for joining me. Love to see what you made. So you can get in touch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, @Marker Movement. That's where you'll find me sharing lots of fun stuff to keep us inspired, to keep us creating, because we need to express ourselves in this world. All right, thanks so much for hanging out. Catch you next time.